All right, good morning, everyone. Back with another video. As always, appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Trying to put these out every weekday morning. Missed yesterday, it's jammed up schedule, so putting one out today. So with that, we can get into it. What I wanted to talk about today was the exploding U.S. debt. Reports in the last week that the U.S. debt is now greater than the GDP of America. And so this has really big implications for the future. This has generally been the crossing of the Rubicon in history in other countries when your debt is bigger than your economy. And you start to see this now. Interest payments are the biggest line item in the budget. It's crowding out what else the government can do. It's restricting what kind of fiscal stimulus can happen in another crisis, like something like a COVID. The government printed and just put tons of money in the economy, tax cuts, and all this. I'm not sure that can happen again without setting off a huge inflationary wage. Sorry, an inflationary cycle. Already, you see this with the tariffs and now gas prices. That kind of thing would just put fuel on the fire. And no one is doing anything about this. No one in Congress talks about it. Trump's big, beautiful bill is set to add trillions in new debt. And nothing is going to happen until there is a crisis. No one knows for sure if or when that's going to happen. But history shows that ignoring this is going to lead to a painful when the markets decide that enough is enough. No one's going to buy the US debt. You already see countries moving away from it. Um, and so this will be just a very painful adjustment for America because we've run this huge deficit cycle since like 1980, added trillions and trillions. It's both parties. Democrats always want to spend more, Republicans always want to do tax cuts. And it's sad because it didn't have to be this way. The US could have just balanced the budget and done a lot of the things that politicians want, but they get greedy and no one wants to be the adult in the room and actually create a balanced budget. And so in the coming years, this is going to become more front and center. And the pain could be reduced spending, reduced benefits, increased taxes, austerity, right? These are words that America just hasn't had to hear. And combined with what else is going on with the inflationary pressures in the economy, potentially countries moving away from US dollar denominated trade, starting to go around the US. You see this in Iran. They're starting to do oil transactions in yuan, in the Chinese yuan or Bitcoin. Um, and this kind of thing can go along for a while and then hit suddenly. It's like the old line, how did you go bankrupt? Slowly, then all of a sudden. And something similar could happen to the US. There's way too much complacency, and the kind of painful adjustments necessary uh, are just not going to be fun for anyone in this country. The only thing people say is AI productivity and development could just lead to a new renaissance where it will balance the budget automatically because GDP growth and tax revenue will just explode. Uh, so that's out there. Obviously, AI has its own trade offs. You don't need as much human labor, and obviously a lot more layoffs. But without that kind of productivity and economic boost, the US is in for a painful adjustment that no one is talking about and no one is really prepared for. All right, we'll leave it there for now. Be back next week with more videos.